Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another video where we're going to be going over ES levels for tomorrow, May 12th, 2023. I hope you guys all had a good day today. Excuse me. If you were watching the key levels, that the ones I'm always watching, there was a nice opportunity today. So let's just get into it today real quick. So it's the 2 hour. Let me go into the 15-minute. So I've always said one of my favorite levels I'm always watching above was 4168, right? So overnight, I'm in Chicago, so this was 4:15 a.m. Price was just kind of bouncing off of that 4168 level, and then we had a nice little drop, which created a supply up here, retested it again around 7:15, and got rejected hard, right? So as far as playing it short, it was a little bit fast at the open. This is where we pretty much open. We pretty much just dropped, right? But that's the advantage for playing futures. You could play it here pre-market. But as far as intraday, nice little opportunities here and there if you're a scalper. But down below, this was not the demand zone that we've been watching, right? The 4125.25. So the nice things about knowing these zones, let's just say for example you missed this drop, right? You get that FOMO. By knowing these zones, it kind of prevents you from going shorter, or I guess trying to make it go lower by shorting. Like, if we hit this zone, for me, I'm like, okay, well, I already missed the move. I'm not gonna short it because we're like in demand, so this would be pretty much a low probability of it working. So we got this demand zone, and actually a shout out to Alpha in the Traderverse Discord. He actually made note of this trend line as well. So you had this trend line, and on top of that, you are within the demand zone. That's a pretty nice setup. So as you see, prices here just kind of consolidating, and we popped upwards. So one thing that I'm watching into tomorrow, we actually tested it today, so it might happen maybe even overnight. We did form this 1 hour supply, so you got this basing candle and this big drop, right? So if you take notice, we just tested it like almost perfectly right here at that 4146.75, just kind of consolidating here. So I'm not expecting it to reject, because usually what I would like to see is if it hits supply, I'd like to see a fast rejection. Pretty much what happened here, right, at that 4172.5. We did not get that, so the fact is just kind of consolidating. It did dip intraday, but then buyers just came back and they just bought it back up again. So it kind of shows me that buyers are trying to push it a little bit far, a little bit stronger. So just kind of keep an eye on that little supply though, just in case. We did create like a little 20-minute demand here at 4135.25, which we just missed by a few ticks. So just kind of keep an eye on that, this trend line as well, and then still that 4125.25 below. To the upside, we did create a 4 hour supply up at 4162.5. So let me show you how that one looks, so you guys can get used to seeing these candles. So this is the kind of setup I like, as far as like a nice zone. So look, basing candle and then a nice drop out of there, right? So 4162.5, which is also within that 4168 key level they're always like watching. So definitely a level to be watching out for. Currently, like I said, at that 1 hour supply at 4146.75. So just kind of see what happens there overnight. Hopefully there's some volume, we either break down or push a little bit forward. So just kind of keep an eye on that. I used to use a lot of VPOC as well, which is POC, point of control. I'll probably go over it in another video as well. I kind of threw that in there as well for now. I might go back to it because I did like how those how I used to play off of those basically. So this was yesterday's POC. You kind of see in the morning we kind of like bounced off of it, came back at it, and is kind of like right below it as well. So these point of controls typically act as support, but they can also act as resistance, which is what's happening right now. So that's at 4145.25. So going to tomorrow, just gonna keep an eye on that. Let me see, actually, where is today's point of control actually? So actually, let's do this. Since we already kind of tested this area, I'm actually gonna move this into this level right here. So this is going to be today's point of control, which is at 4140.75. So going into tomorrow, look, you see all this volume here, a lot of accumulation here. So I want to see if price can hold that 4140.75, which would be today's point of control. And then keep an eye that 4162.5 4-hour supply, because you can see the volume right here, a nice little consolidation. So you're gonna have a lot of trap longs here. So, and then of course 4125.25 below, and the key level 4117. So tomorrow, quick recap: 4125.25 demand zone, which should be right under this trend line. So like always, like I like, you know, people see this little break below the trend line, forgetting there's a demand zone. So 4125.25, little demand zone at 4135, today's point of control at 4140.5. So as long as you can see price holding those levels, just expect more upside. Supply above, we're currently at 4146.75, but the major one is going to be at 4162.5, which also holds that 4168 key level that I always like watching. So just remember that. And then also tomorrow we have at 10 a.m. Eastern, we have the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment. So price usually does react to that, so keep in mind in case you are in a position at 10 a.m. Eastern that comes out. So always be ready for that. And yeah, I hope you guys killed it today. Tomorrow is Friday, I just remembered. So yeah, just respect the rules, follow your plans, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.